Once again, this is the midday show on Lagos Talks 91.3. I am Olaoluwa, and I mentioned earlier that if you have not been watching the Big Brother Naija season 9, then you have been dulling. I mean, of course, the Big Brother Naija season 9, the No Lose Guard season started some weeks ago, and 5 pairs of housemates were up for eviction in week 4, which was last week. The 5 pairs who were up for eviction: Zinwe, Checkers, Better, Wani and Handy, and Double K. They were asked to stand for a possible eviction, and the pair with the lowest votes were evicted. And the pair is Zinwe, of course, if you've been following. And when we mean Zinwe, of course, you know we mean Zion and Chinwe, who are now in the studio with me this beautiful morning. Yes, welcome to Lagos Talks.
Hello, Lagos Talks.
Okay, so for clarity, let's start with you, Chinwe. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm very well.
You look beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so Chinwe is the pink lady today. Yes. She's looking so babyish. And Zion, what's up?
I'm good. Everybody's saying that. Chinwe, tell me I look beautiful too now.
Do you want me to tell you you look beautiful?
Yeah. Say I look handsome.
You look handsome.
Thank you.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
But I'm doing good though. I'm doing all right. Yeah.
It's good to know you're doing all right, especially with the eviction. Let's start with that. How exactly have you been coping? Haven't spent some weeks in the house and now you're out. How do you feel about that?
I've been coping quite well. I mean, I came out to love amidst the criticism. You know, it feels good to be back to the people who love you.
Wow.
You know, the love has been overwhelming, honestly. I hardly have time to even see the hate at this point. It's been good, pretty much. I mean, it is what it is. The show has to go on.
Yeah, it's good to know you are taking this really in an amazing way. Zion, what about you? How did you take the eviction?
I guess the only way you can take it now, an eviction is you just have to take it because there's nothing you can really do. Me, as I heard our name, my plan was that I would run to one toilet and lock myself. Ninja would drag me to the house, but on maintaining your steeze and composure, you have to just take it to the chest, you know. Took it
like a man.
Exactly. coming out, seeing the love and seeing all the the vibes and everything outside is just, it's bliss. So I'm feeling good.
Oh, it's good to know that it's love and cool vibes outside of the Big Brother Naija house. But then, if I may ask, how many weeks did you really think you were going to spend in the house?
Oh, I was going to be there till the finals.
71 days.
We went to win. You get me? When you're going into something, you plan to make the best out of it, the most out of it. Nobody goes with the intention of leaving early in the game, you know? Yeah. But I mean, we had a good run. Overall, it wasn't a bad experience. And, you know, when your time is up, your time is up. It's what was meant to be.
And it's up for a reason.
And exactly, it's for a reason. I'm always pro God's plan.
Oh, so Zion,
yes, sir.
You said you were hoping to really be there till the very last day. What was the strategy you and Chinwe planned on following in the house? Did you think you really did justice to that as well?
The thing is, the strategy going in there was definitely just to be our authentic selves, because the thing is, people don't really understand how it is being inside that biggest house. You can't. You go in there with strategy. If you want to really be on strategy, you have to be visiting your drawing board every day, and to do that is adding more mental strain to the mental strain it is being in that house. And I'm not down for mental war. It's not mental warfare I'm here for.
So you didn't have a strategy?
So our strategy was to be our authentic selves, and that was exactly what's supposed to do. And I feel like that's what we did. I was my authentic self, and she was our authentic self, and the viewers got to see that. And that was, if that wasn't appealing to them, there's really not much we can do about that. So
I get you. They say that's the best way to live life, just being yourself. Exactly. Because then it's one thing to do with people, it's another thing to do with yourself. In the end, it's good to act in such a way that you can really deal with yourself when you get back to your own house. But then let's talk about your relationship. And you said you were your authentic self. What exactly is it about your pair? And what exactly is it about how you conducted yourself in the house that you're really so proud of, that makes you feel like you are the unique team and people should look out for you, even all through the end of the show, while you're outside the house and beyond?
I mean, it's not every day you see a couple walk into the Big Brother house together. That in itself is already a unique scenario, that stands out regardless. There are situations where I felt we could have handled things better. That is not to say we didn't do the best we could in the situations we found ourselves in. We were able to highlight our strengths, even though our vulnerabilities also came out to play at some point. But overall, we are a unique pair. We are Zinwe.
Exactly.
We are Zinwe. That
Exactly.
in itself is unique.
What could you have done better, Zion? Let's also hear from you.
The thing is, I feel like a lot of people watch the show having expectations and having seeing people they stand. Yeah, you have, I love this person, I want you to act this way, to behave this way. You can't really expect someone that you don't really know to act how you want and expect them to act or behave. It's like you being on Animal Planet expecting the lion to act the way you want the lion to act.
Exactly.
He's going to do him. He's going to go and chase that gazelle.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That is it. So us being in the house, us being our authentic selves, that's what, if you love us and you love the show, you should love the fact that you got to see people in their natural elements.
Exactly.
People in the house, I feel like the most sought after strategy in the house is sheep forming. That's why when you get there, you see that they too, people have already started forming sheep. They three, they're already cuddling and kissing.
They won. What's your type? What's your type?
So, and that to me is not really organic. Being your organic self, being organic in how you move, how you live, should be what is sought out for in the show and in each person.
Once again, no regrets whatsoever. Now, let's talk about your relationship, the two of you. And some of us have had the opportunity to have a glimpse of what it was like before the house. But let's also talk about that. And now that you're outside, is it going to change? Do you see anything changing in the nearest future? Or what do you think it's going to be like? Chinwe.
I don't think anything has changed between myself and Zion. If anything, the house has helped us to understand ourselves better and know how to manage situations better. But moving forward, our relationship is still solid. The house did not divide us. We could have gone in there and come out as strangers. Could have come here and one person is looking that way, the other person is looking the other way. But that's not the situation with us. We have our differences on certain issues, but what's important is our ability to have conversations on issues bothering on our relationship and working actively to make it better. This is us choosing ourselves despite the odds, that had presented itself against us. And I think it's just pretty much natural. There's no relationship that is an all straight road all through. You would hit some bumps, there will be hiccups. How you handle situations moving forward. If the relationship is special to you or important enough for you to work for it and make it work, that's what counts. And that's where we are at. We're still us. We're still very much in love. I guess my love.
You asked me a question.
And Zion.
The question.
She talked about how she believes that the being in the house have actually really helped make the relationship better when it comes to having conversations about tough things.
The thing is,
So, but for you, what is it that you feel, the impact you feel the house has had on your relationship?
Okay, so being in the house, the impact that the house had on or has on our relationship is it has taught us to learn, me personally, to learn to be more patient, more understanding, and take a different angle to actions I would have taken differently if I wasn't in the house.
Could you be more specific as to how that happened?
As to how, like,
or the particular scenario that
like,
actually did that for you?
Being in the house here. Let's say you and your girl, you're having an argument.
Okay.
The way you would react outside the house, knowing that it's just both of you having that argument, or the things you would say, the things you would point out, would not necessarily be the same things you would say and point out inside the house, knowing that there are cameras, there are things that people would take differently on the outside. So you have to be on your guard. Like the theme is no lose guard. So you should not go down lose guard, as it should. And being outside of the house, the relationship can only get better, because we are on a path now that is only like it's fire up. You get me? So it can only get better, and it's only going to get better. So it's just to watch out and see and expect the best. Yes, sir.
All right. Let's talk about the most challenging relationships for you in the house. I mean, apart from your own relationship, let's talk about other people now. I mean, we saw you on a couple of occasions lose your cool with some of our housemates. So why do you think that is so? Could you just let us in more on that?
On why what?
Describe what are your most challenging relationships apart from the ones both of you have? I mean, outside of the team.
Like I said, I'm a very organic person. If you do something to piss me off, I'll call your attention to it. I don't think that's challenging. I think that's me existing as a human being, right? This is an enclosed space with strangers. We do not know ourselves from anywhere. It is my prerogative to set certain boundaries. If I do not want to be disrespected in a certain way, I have to make that known. If I want to be walked over, I can easily allow myself to be walked over in the house. Do you get me? So as much as I had altercations with certain housemates, it wasn't something that I would say was a challenging relationship.
It was easy peasy for you.
I mean, misunderstandings are bound to happen. What's important is how you walk your way through it. Do you understand? You don't stay stuck in a bad situation. Oh, I'm pissed about what you did. This is why I'm pissed. Don't do it again. Oh, I understand why you're pissed. Maybe I shouldn't have done it, but this is where I'm coming from. This is why I did what I did. You get me?
I get you.
There's an understanding now. Moving forward, it's not going to happen again the way it happened before. So, I mean, it's not really no big deal.
So people just tend to be scared of confrontation. So when they are confronted with their actions, they tend to retreat, and that makes them to feel a certain type of way, and that is what in turn causes people to feel like, oh, this person is like this person is rude, this person. If someone tells you how they feel, you can't. For me, I like to see everyone in how they are and how they behave. So if you are someone who speaks out in high tones, because I think that's the problem Dami also had in the house that made her to leave.
Yeah,
actually. So I didn't have a problem with how Dami spoke. I just know with what Dami says, it was just how she said it, her tone. And when you get to know her, you know that she's a sweet person, but she just has that commanding tone, and that's what robbed everyone in the house wrongly.
Yeah, and taking it back to the Dami situation, even at some point she was going to speak to me in that tone, but I checked. I'm like, I don't like your tone.
No.
And it never happened again. We got along.
So it's just,
I mean, if you do not set boundaries, you'll be walked over, and 71 days is a lot for somebody to be pushing you around the place. So
I get. I mean, that's one thing that is very difficult for so many people to do, to setting boundaries. And they think that setting boundaries is just about saying, don't do this to me, don't say this to me. But when they say it, what happens?
Exactly.
How do you react to it? How do you respond to it? I get you. So, apart from your own team, what other housemate would you also say that the relationship you've built with that person, the little experience you had with that person, was a lot of pleasure for you?
There's a couple of them. There's DJ Flo and Ruthie. Those are my people.
Yeah,
I got along quite nicely with the Streets pair as well. Toby Forge and Mayor. The Radicals, I'm closer to Femi than Mickey, but they are my people as well. Better, myself and Ben, Action Ben, it's like Chinwe. Even when I was living,
you guys
Chinwe,
need to meet Action Ben.
we go see party, we
That guy
go
is
see party
something
as
else.
Action, no wahala, you know.
Action
Myself
for a
and
reason.
TJ as well, we got along quite nicely.
But why did you get along with them? Why did you think you got along with them?
That's the thing, because they gave me a chance to get to know me. Do you understand? They gave me a chance to get to, if you give, it's not just about, it's one thing to judge somebody based off a closed mind. It's another thing to actually allow yourself to get to know the person. They gave me that chance, and we formed beautiful friendships. We've had times that we've had funny bands in the house, like we just Action will say, "You Chinwe, we go party for outside, don't worry." You know, even Doctor, he checked up on me a couple of times. Chi, are you okay? Even before the live show came on Sunday, he was like, "Best of luck." I'm like, "Okay, thank you, Doc." Then Cassia, my girl, Victoria, we bonded.
Wow,
we got along quite nicely because first our beds were just like next to each other. The first night she noticed our beds were next, she said, "Chinwe, you and Zaya, people's bed is close to my bed. If I hear any at night, I will throw you out."
Interesting.
You know? And we just started to get along from that point. Kelly Ray, fantastic man. He is an absolute sweetheart. He looked out for me a couple of times. He would make me smoothies. He would give me food when he's making food. The time I'm not making food, you know, he would check up on me when I'm down. When he sees my mood is off, like, "Baby, are you okay?" Because that's what he calls me in the house. You know, I made good friends in the house. Of course, 20 friends cannot play together for 20 years. So you do not expect me to get along with everybody. But in the time I was there, I made some good connections, and I'm grateful for that.
And I think that is interesting. That is really interesting that you made all those connections. But Zion, the same question goes to you.
Yeah.
What would you say were your most challenging relationships outside of your team and your favored relationship, the ones you really liked?
So I'll say for my most challenging relationships, I would say it was the relationship I had with Wani and Handy. Because that one was a relationship. I actually personally, those are I call them my babies, because we're birthday mates. They are born on the same day with me. You get, so it was an instant connection. But I feel like the way the whole thing took a turn, even for me not knowing where the song came from, Andy was like, she would explain it to me outside the house.
Wow.
I was like, okay. But I was like, I didn't know where it came from. It's like they disowned me as their papa, as they used to call me, and disowned Chi as their mama. So I was like, but I wait for the explanation outside. So for that, I think that's the most challenging for me. Then on my boys, the Radicals, those are my G's. You feel me? The Radicals, Tofa, Mayo was that's my guy. Mayo, DJ Flo, of course. Turn me on. DJ Flo, always. You get, so those connections, even by the way, boys, those are my G's too.
So why did you think things went so well with you guys? The people you've mentioned now.
It's just natural connection. It's vibes, because I'm kind of person that I'm not in control of who I end up liking as a person. It's vibes. So if we connect, we just connect. For me, with the Radicals, it was on day one. Because we came in first, they came in second. And as I saw Femi, I saw Mickey. The connection was there. Next thing I found out that Mickey is an Edo boy.
Wow.
Me, I'm an Edo boy. You get, Femi, Delta and the whole connection just clicked. Kelly is also my G to Kelly Ray, my G. That one too is a Sapele boy. So everything, the whole, it's just, I can't really be in control of it, because it's a vibe thing, and I can't control the vibe. The vibe just comes naturally. It's organic. So that's just how it goes. And I'm glad I made connection with these people, because these are connections I would love to keep for as long as I can.
It is good to know that. Now let's now talk about your career path, now that you are at our faces. So, what do you, personally, I'd love to see the two of you doing some, couple gigs together. From time to time. Of course, you look good together.
Thank you.
But then, are you looking at venturing into something different from what you've been, used to?
Yeah, of course. Because I haven't been in the entertainment space before now, so this is a new adventure for me, and I intend to be in your faces a lot now, so watch out for me. I'll be on your screens a lot more.
Movies?
Movies, hosting shows, just pretty much anything TV. Sign me up for that.
Why not? You look it.
I'm good for TV.
So, Zion, what about you?
Yes, sir. It's pretty much the same. Because me, I've been in the entertainment line, but not really mainstream. I've been modeling since 2015. I started my clothing line in 2021, Relics, and I've been pushing that. So that's the main career part. But also now outside the house, I'm definitely going to try my hand in acting, because the acting I got to do in that house, like putting up my composure in that house on stage. So I need to channel that into acting and also influencing everything, just being out there on mainstream media for sure.
Interesting. We look forward to seeing you.
Definitely.
Now, let's go back to the house.
Don't get tired of our faces, though.
And of course. Of course. Now, let's get back to the house. So, my question is two in one. Who are you rooting for? And who do you think will win the Big Brother Naija Season 9?
I'm rooting for Double K and my girl V. That's Victoria. Who I think would win this? I think the Madiwe twins, they have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they have a good chance at the money. But
why?
If it's up to me, Biggie says, Chi, I need you one more time to come cast a ballot for your winner this season. It'll be for Double K. If Victoria is standing by herself, I'll vote for Victoria to win the show.
Why?
No, with Sean.
No, with Sean.
Now let's talk. I think there's something there. Why? Why did you say that?
I feel like I didn't even connect with Sean as much in the house. I'm not really. He's a cool guy, no doubt, right? Well,
I know a lot has been said about Sean and the twins. Wani and Handy.
From who, me?
I know, right? Generally.
So everybody cannot be wrong, don't you think? Yeah. Although there's something called gang up narrative. Don't take that out of the equation. But I'm speaking based off my personal interactions with Sean. I think
you think he's the problem?
Yeah. Don't you think? Not between him and the twins now.
Okay.
I'm not saying between him and the twins, but I'm saying for the pair, for the Shatoria pair.
Okay.
Victoria, there are too many times where Victoria has been alone by herself in the house, and it seemed like she didn't even have a partner. It seemed like she's the only housemate that seems like she came in by herself.
Really?
Yeah, so if she has come all the way by herself in that way, then she should take it all by herself.
So you're one of those people looking forward to Big Brother, maybe switching up the rules at some point and maybe making everybody just unpairing people.
Yeah, it'll be fun, don't you think?
Okay, let's see how that goes.
It'll be fun, really.
Let's see how that goes. Okay, so let's get to you as well, Zion.
Yes,
who is your favorite, and who do you think will win the Big Brother Naija Season 9?
As I've told you, my favorites are my boys, the Radicals, and Kelly. But me and Kelly, we have matters to discuss.
Oh God,
we have matters to discuss. I will keep saying it. Alone. I keep saying because we definitely have matters to discuss. Because I feel like he has lied to me. He deceived me. He gave me 2 blows in my 2 eyes. I tell you, he gave me 2 blows in my 2 eyes. Because what he showed me in the house was not what I came out to realize. But definitely, if I could, knowing what I know now, I'll definitely vote for them to be the winners of the show. Either them or the Radicals. Definitely. But if I also say who I think would win outside of my input or outside of anything, just off some basic things. I'll say maybe the Mbadwe boys or still Double K.
You guys are so in sync. I have to say, you're thinking alike. It's a very good sign. Thank you, Chinwe, for being making this conversation really interesting.
Thank you.
And Zion, it's nice to see you too. I wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Yes, and yes, you heard from Chinwe. She's 30 years old. She is from Imo State in a romantic relationship with Zion. And Zion is 27 and he's from Edo State, romantic relationship with Chinwe. And just one last question before we go, because I mean, looking at the age difference, how have you been managing that though?
Managing.
I know I don't mean like negative, but how have you been able to deal with that?
I mean, in our relationship, we really do not see age.
Wow.
There's mutual respect, there's love, and there's understanding. Mm-hmm. That's what counts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, that's like that's what you need in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like when I don't think anybody goes around with their age on their forehead.
Exactly.
So when you go outside, you see a babe, you like the babe. Approach the babe. It's not like, oh, you're not gonna meet her. How old are you? 40 years old. Now deep. If the babe is a babe, approach the babe. If you're feeling her, move on with it. Like tell her that you like her. That's how me I move.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my exes have been older than me.
Wow.
Like even with bigger age gaps than Chinwe. So, and for me, it's a thing where, as a man, you assume the role of a man in the relationship, and the woman assumes a role of a woman in the relationship.
So, guys, you heard Zion. Are you noting that down? Chinwe and Zion should be told you guys are so full of wisdom and you're so fun and you look amazing together.
Thank you so much.
All right, that is the chat with Zion and Chinwe. Zinwe. Of the Big Bbnaiaja season 9 No Lose God show. All right, the midday show continues. I am Olaoluwa with the news lady. Thank you for listening. We will be right back.
Lagos, it's your host for the Saturday Breakfast Show, Olaoluwa.
If you want to be a part of us, first off, follow us across all social media pages at Lagos Talks 913 is our handle. And of course, kindly like, share, subscribe, and make sure you're a part of the Lagos Talks family.